Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you, as it always is, and I hope you're doing well. We've got a couple of semi-finals for us today over in London and in Mallorca. As always, we will be sure to go through each and every one of those. Get your predictions in as we go along. Anything I'm going for personally will be in that pinned comment. Make sure you're checking that out. Before we get started, like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not already. I'd appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, link in the description, pinned comment. You can click the thanks under the video. Entirely up to you. You do as you see fit on that. And now all that's out the way, how did we get on in the quarterfinals? I'll go first. I was very happy that Taylor Fritz managed to come back and see that one out against Joao Fonseca. Puts me in a nice little position for the official plays this week. I've done alright, not too bad. It's a bit of a shame about the outrights really, but what can you do about those two not turning up? The official plays have been more than solid predictions, solid too. Fairly decent week, nice little precursor going into Wimbledon, but you be sure to let me know how you've been getting on. Have you won, have you lost, have you been coming close? Right then, let's get it on. I've got another night shift, so this shouldn't take much time at all. We've only got 4 today. So first off, over in Eastbourne, first of the semi-finals, we've got Humbert and Jensen Brooksby. I'm looking forward to all these today. I really am. Should be in store for some belters. Head-to-head is 1-0 to Humbert. That was back on the indoor hard court in 2022, so it's probably not going to serve us much use in this spot today. Been impressed. Humbert looks solid against Sonego. And he looked decent against Billy Harris too, although it was close in that first set and then it just unravelled in the second. Jensen Brooksby, man. I mean, what did I say about lucky losers at the start of the tournament? You can never write them off. He didn't make it through qualifying. Now look at him, he hasn't dropped a set and he's in the semis. We did see Jensen Brooksby get himself a title a couple months ago. Ever since then, he has kind of seemed to fade away just a little bit. But he's back to his business. This week, most definitely, straight sets against Commissania, Nuno Borges and Dan Evans. Fairly solid odds every time out. Is this going to be just a step too far for Hugo Humbert? Billy Harris was another lucky loser. And he had a decent go against Hugo Humbert until he couldn't no more. Maybe this is the level. You know me, I always say when Hugo Humbert's doing his thing on his day, he's somewhat unplayable. He's good enough to hang with the best of them, and I don't know whether this version of Jensen Brooksby is good enough to hang with. I'm not saying the best version of Hugo Humbert, but he's looked solid. He's looked a lot more promising than recent times, I can tell you that. He's been fairly decent out on the grass as well, 4-2 as opposed to 5-3 from Brooksby. Currently getting Hugo Humbert, he's sitting at around 1.45, opened up around 1.5, a little bit of cash coming in, a little bit of respect to the American in this. Like I said, he is playing well. He's been very solid. I'm expecting him to keep it a bit tighter than what Billy Harris did. But like I say, 6-1 in the second, it doesn't get more one side than that really. It's only one more game away from being utter domination. I think Hugo Humbert ultimately may just prove to be a bit too much tough of a task for the American today. But you pick your poison, you know me, I'm not going to make your mind up for you. 1.5 is a solid parlay piece. If you can find something small to go with that, you've got yourself a rather decent double, in my opinion. Yeah, why not? Semi-finals, Hugo Humbert. I feel like I've kind of missed the boat with him this week. Not that I've missed the boat with him. Sonego looked really decent against Michelsen. I weren't really feeling the odds with Hugo Humbert in that one. Then Billy Harris, it's kind of a routine win. I suppose both of them are. Jensen Brooksby still got nothing to lose. Nothing to suggest he's going to slow down. He hasn't really given you a reason to go against him either. So if you want to just hope for an exciting match, you're playing over. I don't think the spread is going to be enough in this one. That's just food for thought. 1.5, you can get him at 1.55 here. That's quite good for Hugo Humbert. I'd be looking at him either which way you want to. And then we've got Taylor Fritz and Davidovich Fokina. It's another one. Like I said at the start, I'm looking forward to all of these today. These are no stranger to one another. Head to head is 3-2 to the Spaniard in this one. He actually beat him in Delray Beach earlier on in the season in 2 tiebreakers. Decent. 3 times on the clay, once on the indoor, once outdoor, never on the grass, which most definitely shakes things up quite some. But contrary to what that head-to-head would have you think, I mean, I think Taylor Fritz on the grass, as we've pretty much seen, he had a rough, not a rough one, but it was a tougher one against Marcus Garon today. It's always going to be the case when you've had to come and play a set and then come back a few hours later. But tough enough, strong enough, solid shit from Taylor Blitz. I would assume he's going to win this. Like I said at the start, he was probably good for the title. He did win it last year. He always wins the title here. I know Davidovich Fokina is a tricky one, man. We did say, didn't we? We give him a good bit of respect in that matchup with Mensah, and Mensah didn't even win a set. Not even a set, straight set from the Spaniard there. Very, very impressive. Taylor Fritz, he may be running on fumes just a little bit after today. I'm not too sure. I wouldn't want to bank on it. He has only played 2 games. It's just the way they've all been forced into one another, as opposed to the 3 from Davidovich Fokina. Could be an over. Could be an over. Taylor Fritz just under 1.3. Currently sitting just under 1.3. Anyway, tiny bit of cash coming in on that. I don't think I'm going to touch that at 1.3. Davidovich Fokina, what's the spread? 2.5. Is that enough? If you can get the Spaniard at 3.5, I think that might be the way to look. He could really just turn up to play here. No doubt Taylor Fritz is much more solid and proven on the grass, but I don't know, Davidovich Fokina could be a bit of a sleeper. Just a little bit of a sleeper. He managed to deal with Jakub Mensah very, very easy today. It looked like a routine win. I don't know. He might be able to just put a little bit of pressure on Taylor Fritz. He might be just feeling a little bit worse for wear after today. But like I said, I wouldn't be willing to roll the dice on that. I'm expecting Taylor Fritz to at least get to the final. Whether he wins it or not is up to him. But I don't know, 1.28, I think that's a bit of a price to pay to find out, if you ask me. And then moving on to Mallorca, we've got Talon Griekspoor and Felix Auger Aliassime. This should be another interesting one, as they're all going to be. Head to head is 2-0 to Felix in this one. These haven't played each other since 2022, and I think quite a lot has changed since then. Last time was on the grass in Den Bosch, 2 tiebreakers, and then 2018 US Open. Thought Felix looked decent, dealt with Rindenich fairly decently. Dropped a set to Moutet today and then just come back and wipe the floor with him, really. Solid. If you're going to drop a set to Moutet, I'm not really surprised. I did say, didn't I? Moutet can do that to you. He's very, very strong. And if he can put one on you, you find, well, you do find more often than not you've dropped a set, or pretty much just dropped a match to him. I think Griekspoor looks solid though, you know. He's looked so fucking solid, man. We haven't really seen him since the French Open, but he's coming into the grass season a little bit late, just in time for Wimbledon, mind you. Looked good enough against Ethan Quinn, good enough against Gabe Diallo. Now, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, that one. You could look at it and go, is it the same version of Diallo that what it would have been last week? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know, Griekspoor smacked him up in the French Open, man. He did. And Talon Griekspoor's solid on the grass too. He really is. So I don't know, I'm not really surprised he won that one. Probably more proven, a lot more fresher on the day. And I think the same probably stands with this. They have only played 2 games each so far over in Mallorca. Griekspoor 2-0, obviously. Felix 5-2. Been fairly decent on the grass also. I've got Felix at the moment currently sitting around 1.7. This opened up around 1.65. And now it's touching on 1.75. Clearly, just a little bit of respect to Talon Griekspoor in this. I just think if he's turned up and he's just walloped Gabe Diallo like that, he should be good for at least a set off Felix, considering he's just dropped the one to Moutet today. I think Griekspoor's a lot more solid. probably a lot more versatile too. You're probably going to get a lot more resistance from the Dutchman across the side of the net than what you would from, let's say, a Davidovich. But look, at 2.2, while he's a dog, I wouldn't mind just having a go on that. I wouldn't. It's not split down the middle. The slightest of favourites is Felix in this one. But I don't know, man. I think it easily could go either way. You could get a straight set victory from either one. Griekspoor could easily beat him, even though he hasn't in the past. He's failed both times. I wouldn't be too shocked to see him put somewhat of a dent into that head-to-head today. I'd be leaning with Tal and Griekspoor, at least for a set anyway. I've liked what I've seen so far. And then wrapping it up, we've got Moutet and Alex Michelsen. Man, I can't tell you the last time I've seen Moutet look this solid and look this trustworthy. I can't tell you the last time I bet on Moutet, so that surely shows you the progress I've made with this guy over the seasons. He is a decent little dog in this one too. Quite a bit of cash coming in on Alex Michelsen currently. Do I agree with that? Maybe not. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it wise to sleep on Moutet? He's definitely got more variety and more tools in the bag than pretty much anyone else in this draw. It's weird to say, but it's true. You know, you watch him play, the amount of shot that he's got in the bag, you don't see anyone else putting it all together the way Moutet does. He really is one hell of a player. He beat Alex Michelsen last year on the clay in Monte Carlo. He smacked the shit out of him 6-1, 6-3 in qualifying. Michelsen not really suited to the clay, nowhere near as much as what he is the hard court or the grass. For that being said, 5-2 for the American, 7-2 for the Frenchman. You've just got to pick a side. It's sore time, innit? It's Kramer time. You've just got to make your choice. Moutet looked a little bit ropey-ish against Pedro Martinez. Looked solid as fuck against Daniel Altmaier, even though it was 2 tiebreakers. And then a lot of people was writing him off against Leonard Tien. But equally, a lot of people were more than happy to roll with Moutet as the dog yesterday. Well done to you if you've done that. 6-2, 7-5, a lot more convincing than what everybody thought that was going to be. Alex Michelsen managed to put a stop to Batista Agut today. It's a shame, innit? It's a shame, but RBA has been fantastic. All things do come to an end. Unfortunately, 6-4 and a tiebreaker. It was anything but easy. And then taking out Brandon Holt prior to that one. I think I read somewhere before, it's been 5 years since Moutet reached the final or something like that. I don't know whether it may not have been a semi-final. I think it was 5 years since he's reached the final. And it's probably been about 5 years since I've seen him play like this, and I would not be shocked to see Moutet just outmaneuver, most definitely frustrate Alex Michelsen. That's what he does. But will Alex Michelsen come out and just save Pit? Will he just go into Terminator mode like he can and just be so fundamentally great? Bump, kill you with the basics. Interesting. Sure does make for an interesting matchup, I'll say that. I'd lean with Moutet just for the fun of it. I'd love to see him get this one done. I'd love to see him wrap this title up. That'd be fantastic. If he does get this one done, whoever he faces in the final will definitely be his toughest task yet. But he's got to get past Alex Michelsen first. I'll definitely be rooting for him. I'm not against Alex Michelsen winning by any stretch of the imagination, but for the vibes, for the channel and for the vibes, and just basically just for how fucking good he's been playing, I'll be going with Moutet. I've most definitely started to turn around on the way I view Moutet. Most definitely, like I said, I wouldn't have went anywhere near this guy a couple months ago. But I can't deny what I've seen. The form is legit. The game is real. I'll be trusting Moutet today, just for one last time. Whether I ever go on it or not, I have no idea. Take him for a set while he's a dog. Should be okay. I'm worried, like I always am in this game. There's no knowing. You're not to know how these are ever going to pan out. You can only do your best to predict them. Give me Moutet. Why not? Just a little vibe pick. You let me know what you're going for on that, and you let me know what you're going for today. And I'll be saying good night to you, folks. Short and sweet tonight. We do like those. I appreciate each and every one of you that have gotten yourselves involved over, let's just say, the past season. We've absolutely fucking flown absolutely been flying over the subscribers the past few months. Can't remember exactly how much we've got, but it's around 1,300 since February, something like that. Nuts. Took us over a year to get 500, and then when you take that into account, I like it. It's very promising, very promising. Keeps me wanting to stick at it. You've got to. Who else goes every day? Absolutely no one. Wait there, I do. That's right. You know where to come. If you ever want to watch some tennis, or if you ever want to talk about some tennis, you know where to find me. And wherever you come from, or wherever you go after this, you tell them that I sent you. Right then, take it easy, folks. You take care of yourselves, and you take care of one another, most importantly. That's like and subscribe, yeah. I'd appreciate that too, before you go. If you haven't already, obviously. Let's go get it, yeah. Best of luck to each and every one of you. Let's go get that cash today. Enjoy the matches. I'll see you all tomorrow for the finals.